Hello, Parkway Manor. Last time we met, our dad, who's traveling with Professor Stagg in his time machine, or so we think, unless it's dad making up a story to tell his kids. Anyway, they just ended up with vampires, and that's kind of where we ended. Today is Tuesday, March 31st, and let's begin our read aloud. Before we begin our chapter, I always like to go back a little bit. The daughters say to Dad, "Wait a minute. So, Dad, does that mean there's a stegosaurus in a hot air balloon outside our house?" I asked my dad. "There is not," he said, "for reasons that will soon become apparent." "I think that there should have been some nice vampires," said my sister wistfully. "Nice, handsome, misunderstood vampires." "There were not," said my father. Now we begin our new chapter. "Would you like to press the button?" said Professor Stagg. I pressed the red button. There was an ear-popping noise and a flicker of years, and I was floating in a balloon basket above the intersection of Marshall Road and Fletcher Lane. I could see our house from above. I could see the bicycles in the back garden. I could see the rabbit hutch. "We're here," I said, and I patted Professor Stagg on his back ridge plates. Remember, Professor Stagg is a stegosaurus. "It was very nice having you as a traveling companion." "Oh," said the professor, because there was a familiar sort of thump, thump noise, and before I had a chance to press the red button, we were deposited, balloon and all, on the enormous metal deck of a flying saucer, with a number of very grumpy looking green globby people staring at us with too many eyes, and they did not look pleased. Oh no, if you remember from the beginning of the story, this is how the whole story started. How he was at the store and sucked up into a metal spacecraft with green globby aliens. Now here's a picture of them kind of hovering over the dad's house. "Ha ha," said several globby people at the same time. "You thought you escaped us. You were wrong. Now you must sign the planet over us to us." Oh my gosh, I can't read today. "So that we can remodel it. We will take out all the trees for a start and put in plastic flamingos instead." "Why?" I asked. "Well, we like plastic flamingos. We think they are the highest and finest art form that Earth has ever achieved, and they are easier to take care of than trees. Also, we are going to replace the clouds with scented candles." "We like scented candles too," explained a huge green globby person who looked like he was mostly made of snot. "We also like decorative plates," said another. "We will put a decorative plate up where the moon is now. A really big decorative plate showing landmarks of the world." Here are our green globby aliens. "And we will then replace all of the landmarks of the world with decorative plates with pictures of the landmarks on them. So, for example, the Eiffel Tower will be replaced by a large plate that has a picture of the Eiffel Tower on it. And Australia will be replaced by a really seriously big plate with Australia on it. Also, we will replace all of your mountains with cushions from the couch instead," said the smallest, globbiest thing of all. "We have learned a lot from our previous meeting," said some globs that were sticking to a wall. "If you look over there, you will see that the door to the space-time continuum that you used to escape through is now securely locked." It was definitely locked. It had a huge padlock on it and a sign saying, "Keep out." And that was written in unfriendly red letters, by the way. There were also chains around it and a tape that said, "Do not cross," and a handwritten notice that said, "For your convenience, please use another door." Escape was impossible. Remember, that's how the dad escaped the first time. That's how we ended up in the sea, because he pushed that red button. Also, we have depowered your time machine, Professor Stagg. I looked at the professor. His armored back flaps were drooping, and his tail was drooping too. "We have been tracking your movements through time and space," said a large globby alien in front of a console with a screen on it. "Now, see what happens when I press this," get ready for this crazy word, "Grundledorfer," said a particular drippy alien. It was half sticking to the wall next to a large black shiny button. "It's called a button, not a Grundledorfer." "Nonsense. We named it after our aunt, Nessie Grundledorfer," said the globby alien. The particularly drippy alien pressed the black button on the metal wall with something that might have been a finger and might just have been a long strand of snot. There was a crackle and then a fizz. Standing around us in attitudes of anger and irritation were several pirates. Oh no, the pirates are back. Some of the black-haired people from the jungle, a very unhappy-looking volcano god. Remember, that was the one where they got the green eye from. A large bowl filled with piranhas and some vampires. I don't know about you boys and girls. This seems like the story that's never going to end. "I'm not sure that I understood what the piranhas were doing," said my sister. Dad replied, "Oh, they were from a narrow escape earlier that I forgot to mention to you. Fortunately, the milk floated at a crucial moment and it all ended for the best and the milk was safe." I thought it might," I said. Sadly, that is the end of our chapter. The good news is that we're not being left hanging. What I'm wondering is, where are they going next? Or are they going to just stay with those green globby aliens? Tune in tomorrow for our next chapter. Goodbye, boys and girls.